Plus size women are always told to cover up, flatter and mould their shape into something smaller. With the average plus size fashion model being no bigger than a size 16, I want to meet those who are overthrowing body standards even outside the mainstream. My name's Molly and I'm a size 18. I've always covered and flattered my body, but I want to change that. So this is my wardrobe, and a lot of the stuff I have in here is kind of typical of what I wear usually. This is my absolute favourite dress. It's from Collective, and it's one that I would kind of cinch in the waist, and it would, give it some, it would stick out and it would cover belly and bum and like thighs, and it would flatter. I like this and I'm going to continue to do it, but I want to kind of explore more about fashion and just wear what I want to wear rather than trying to hide things, and not necessarily trying to show them off, but just not worry about them so much. So I'm just going to Google plus size and see kind of the most popular image of what Google thinks a plus size woman is. Yeah, this is definitely not surprising. I mean, these women, they're definitely bigger than your average like runway model or magazine model. I mean, they've got boobs and curves and stuff, but they're not big. It says here plus size, but they're not big women. They're like, this is kind of like the standard of size. This is the biggest size that a woman can be in the eyes of fashion and the media, and I'm interested in meeting people that are actually big women and see how it affects their fashion choices and how they deal with it, and just kind of breaking the norm. I'm off to meet Anna Scholes, the Vivienne Westwood of plus size fashion. Anna's dresses range in price from around £30 to £400. Her range was once carried by Harrods, who have since dropped their plus size collection. I want to know the difference between dressing slim and bigger women, and why bigger clothes are more often expensive. So when making smaller sizes, bigger sizes, is it a different design process? Or?
It's not really a different design process to design for bigger sizes. The problem is in the technical aspect of it all, because we have to spend a lot more money on grading and fitting than on the skinny sizes, because first of all we produce our whole collection of 9 sizes. This means every pattern has to be graded.
My best friend Louise has always been a plus size girl at a size 26. I've asked her over because I want to know how she feels about her size. It would be nice to actually be like, it's a really hot day, let's just bust out a vest top and go out, but I don't think what do you think is like stopping you? Do you think that people are going to say things, or what do you think? I'm conscious of that part. I expect that people are going to be like, oh my god, look at her arms, when really no one actually cares.
Just, in your head it's like everybody's looking at me, but then you think about it like, who cares about arms?
Yeah, literally. Louise and I share the same opinions about our shape, but we both agree that it's a bit silly. I'm off to meet some people who have a different idea about fashion as a plus size person. Michaela lives in Finchley in North London, and she works for Anna Scholes, the plus size fashion world's answer to Vivienne Westwood. Michaela runs her own fashion blog called California Girl, with updates about her fashion choices.
I think my style is quite eclectic. It's quite, sometimes I'll dress head to toe in black, sometimes I'll add colour to it, quite kitsch. I like mixing things, like patterns. I love patterns at the moment.
So show me some of your favourite
Oh, okay.
pieces.
My favourite piece is, this is definitely one of my favourite pieces.
Oh, is that Beth Ditto?
Yeah, this is my Beth Ditto dress. that I think near enough like the whole blogging community have all been after.
Michaela works for Anna Scholes. Following comments from Chanel's Karl Lagerfeld, who said, "Nobody wants to see curvy women on the runway," I wondered whether she thought fashion was for skinny people alone.
The issue is it's all about brands and ethoses, and I think I can completely understand, you know, Chanel was made for a boxy, smaller figure. It's based on Coco Chanel. She was tiny, she was short, and I think Karl Lagerfeld can be the way he is, and I don't take offence to it because quite simply he's not. It's not something that I aspire to.
Anna Scholes.
Yeah, a
Let's
lot
have a
more.
look at some of these. If that's okay.
Yeah, I'll show a new piece, which is brand new spring summer.
Oh my god, I love that so much.
Everyone's been after this dress.
I'm headed to North London to meet Katie, who, apart from living in the coolest house in the world, works for the Canadian government in London and runs a bakery business. In her spare time, she likes to update her fashion blog, Toodaloo Katie.
I think body confidence in general wasn't a big thing in my family. It just, wasn't. I think weight has always been a bit of a point of contention among everyone in my family. We're not all big, but we all struggled with it. So I think it's something I've learned to do on my own, and learned that confidence, and certainly writing a blog and meeting people my own size and that kind of stuff makes a huge difference, and you see that confidence in other people and it definitely rubs off on you. And then I've also got this outfit here.
Oh, I love those shoes.
Yeah, these are a regular choice.
Oh yeah, you can tell.
So yeah, they don't get out very often, not in this weather at least, but as summer comes.
It's a common gripe of the fat fashionista on a budget that bigger clothes cost too much money.
You find it kind of bigger clothes are like more expensive?
I do. I think certainly if I were to be able to go into say Primark and just pick up whatever, sometimes I'm lucky and I can squeeze into stuff in straight size shops, but it's a rarity and it's a lot more work to go in and be to hold something up and then go into the change room and try it on, and then you get in there and you've got 10 things and not one thing fits. That's a real pain in the ass, for lack of a better word. Yeah, I think it is more expensive. Certainly you look at a pair of jeans from say any straight size store, even if you were to go into generic H&M for example, their stuff anything below a size 20 or an 18 is way cheaper than anything they sell, and it's not that much more fabric. I think it's a little bit ridiculous.
So it's definitely hard for big girls to shop for clothes, but what's it like for the big guys? Where girls are told to aim for that slim silhouette, men are told that they must be a hunky, muscular man. I'm here to meet Liam, a plus-size PR student who loves a designer bag and an expensive shopping spree.
A lot of the bigger girls I've spoken to, they said that it's they think it must be harder for a bigger guy to shop for themselves, because obviously bigger girls have Evans and a lot of high street shops have New Look Inspire, those sorts of bigger size chains, but you don't really see that.
No, you don't for men. You don't for men at all, really. Which, to be honest, I'm quite happy about, because I think I'd feel a bit stigmatised having to go to a specific shop just because of my size. My father, for example, is quite a big man and he wears suits and whatnot.
Yeah.
And quite a lot of, say his polo shirts and stuff, he goes to High and Mighty, or Big and Mighty, I can't remember the name specifically, but it is for tall and big men.
Yeah.
And every time I go in there, it's oh, hey, we're all together. Great. At the end of the day, you can't help the size you are.
Yeah.
If it is due to eating or lack of exercise or whatever, or just genes. Really, you can't help it. You are the size you are. If you want to do something about it, you do. But at the end of the day, it's not always helpful. Not everyone can be that size 0 skinny girl and the hunky man. Unfortunately, it would be quite nice.
It's not just the big girls who wear whatever they want to. Some plus-size men like Liam have their own tricks to do fashion
up with
their
this
way.
amazing idea for himself, because he's quite a big guy as well. He tends to buy the women's clothes in a size 20, and that fits him perfectly.
They went up to a size 20. Katie and I decided to get some shopping done, purely for educational purposes, obviously. We're at Oxford Street to talk about flattering a big figure and all the pains that come with it.
Massively is about the industry's idea of flattering. So saying things like, "Oh, you should be wearing shapewear with this," as opposed to just putting it on. Because heaven forbid there be, the VBO, the visible belly outline. Heaven forbid you can see what your body looks like underneath the clothes. Like, oh my god, it's horrible.
I don't think I actually own any these massive granny knickers. I don't own any. No, I don't want them. They look painful.
As I say, I have one that I wear, but every time I wear it, I regret it. I do massively, and it's only for one outfit. It's one of those really tight wiggle dresses, and it's more I feel better in it. I don't actually think it improves the shape enormously, if I'm honest. If it did, I'd probably wear it more. But most of the time, I just think, how am I going to go to the bathroom? I just think of the practical. I'm a regular human being. No other woman has to go through this. Why should I?
Evans is the most recognisable plus-size clothes shop on the high street. It's one of few and the most recognisable, but is it the answer?
As it were, for plus size fashion, or do you think there needs to be something better?
I think it's part of it, part of the answer, because we're always going to need to have something for everyone. There's always going to be a mature woman who wants something basic or more, maybe less. There's a demographic that's not going to be young.
Luxurious, expensive and beautiful are all words you could use to describe Anna Scholl's clothing. One word you wouldn't use is flattering. I wonder what she has to say about rejecting the idea of flattering your body.
When I was 13 years old, I was 6 foot tall and a size 16. So obviously I was length and width-wise completely out of the norm. And I always struggled to find clothes. So I started making my own clothes when I was about 14. I did my first sewing course. And I got a lot of positive response from people because they couldn't find anything like what I was wearing in the marketplace. So I then was discovered as a plus-size model, and I was modelling very ugly clothes. I just want to offer people choice and quality. And, it's very difficult if you're bigger to find a 100% cashmere jumper or a silk dress for a special occasion, or a real leather jacket, which is maybe a little bit more interesting. So I'm just there to offer choice. I applaud it if people are a bit more daring, because I think a lot of bigger women have been very shy and been hiding away for far too many years, and I just want the girls to get out there.
So we just met Anna. It was really cool. It's really nice to meet someone, a designer in the plus size industry, and get to know what she thinks about plus size fashion and the direction it's going and where it's come from, being someone that's actually been a model, a plus size model and a designer. And it's interesting that she thinks that women should be able to dress how they want to and not just flatter themselves.
I'm headed to Camden, which is my favourite place to shop, to buy some things that definitely don't flatter me. Collective is my favourite shop in the world, so I'm going to buy something that I never usually wear before.
Just realise that I should be dressing how I want to, and I'm going to celebrate it, and I'm going to enjoy what I want to wear, especially when it's hot and sunny and I want to wear a pretty dress in the sunshine. So, see you in a minute. I really wanted one of these dresses because I love wiggle dresses and I think they look so lovely, but I'm always hiding rather than accentuating, and I just think that this is great and I really want one of these. And all I can see right now is belly, but I still would wear it. I don't know, I just feel like who cares, it's just the belly. People have bellies, sometimes they're big, sometimes they're flat, but people have bellies and it doesn't really matter. But what I do love about this dress is this situation here, because I think I've grown to love my bum, and the way I'm thinking now is that I've got to the point where I see the things I love more and I see the things I hate, and I really want to show them off and be happy about it. So I don't know, I just feel like really
positive and like I want to go out and buy all the short skirts and not bother with the cardigan anymore and just enjoy summer and get a tan while I'm at it.